Okay, test. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Yeah, I am. Okay, just need to fix some things, and I'll be ready. Let's see. Let's say, be right back. Yeah, that's the scene. Okay, here we go. Now, the first thing that we want to do is, let's see. Stream beats, right? Okay. Let me see playlist. Let's now open this HackerRank and let's put the camera on. So, oh yeah, music also. Let's now open this HackerRank. Oh no, wait. I didn't mute the video. Okay, good. It says my bitrate is too much for YouTube to handle. Let's put down the bitrate. Oh my, I can't. Great. I'm gonna restart. So this might be the second or the third time that I'm trying to start the stream, but hey, you gotta make things right, you know? Okay, so that's fixed. My bitrate is now okay, and now we're gonna make an account on the thingy, HackerRank. Let's do that. Let's just see if my description is okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, HackerRank. I'm not gonna show this on screen currently because I don't know. I'm just making an account right now. As soon as I make the account, we're good to go. So I've heard that you can do tasks on HackerRank just as well as you can do them on LeetCode. I used to do them on LeetCode. And now I'm gonna do it here. Sign up and code. Let's do this, man. We can connect with Google or a mail. I like to do it the old-fashioned way. My password. That's a hard one. confirm my mails and all of that jazz, and then we can go ahead and do some tasks. Entry confirmed. Okay. That's something else. I have to see what my it's asking me for. I'm gonna show you this just a sec. Let me close my emails. Okay. Let's full screen this. Okay. So I'm gonna put the music a bit down. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, the levels should be okay now. Let's see. So if I go ahead and show you this tab, you're gonna see that when you register edit photo. Why did I do that? Oh. Take it. Okay, there we have it. Okay, now that's out of the way. HackerRank. You want to choose your preferred language. So, wow, SQL is a language. Okay. I mean, I love SQL, and I did a lot of work with relational databases. But yeah, structured query language, I guess. Now, let's view more. You have a lot of you even have Bash. What? Okay. Well, not all of these are. I mean, not in every one of these languages you're able to do a lot of things, but hey, you want to choose your language. I'm gonna go and tilt everyone choose PHP. But let's see what was the job that I applied for. I forgot what the requirements were for the job. So, I mean, what language was wanted for the job? So let's just check that out. So we need to know maybe JavaScript is a good way to go for this application. So I think I'm gonna select JavaScript. Do they have any other iterations or options for CoffeeScript is there? Oh, let's choose JavaScript. Okay, this is the introductory challenge to keep you get familiar with the HackerRank coding environment. Complete the function solve me first to compute the sum of two integers. Function prototype int solve me first int a and b, where a is the first integer input, b is the second integer input. Sum of the above two integers is the return value. Sample input 2 and 3, sample all of 5. Okay. Now, is this the way this is your editor. You can code your solutions here, and you can change your language. So if we select C, it's going to be different, and if we select C++, it's going to be almost the same. If we select C#, it's going to be mostly like Java. So if we do have Java, no. Whoa, where did our JS go? Okay, I shouldn't have done that. Anywho, good thing I have skills from multiple languages. So, oh, you can do it in Bash. What the fuck? Okay. So I want to go back to JavaScript, but I can do that in C. It's just that JavaScript seemed more difficult, challenging. I don't know. Let's exit the full screen. Go back. Take JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript seems more complicated because all the, well, let's see why. Man, I don't think I'm tired. I don't know. So let me get some lights. Okay, better. So first you have a lot of definitions and including setting the encoder and resuming the input, but regardless of that, the function main is here. Here's where the call to your function happens. So this is your main if you're coming from a language that you only had main in or something. If you're just starting, you have actually two variables defined, but they're parsing each line that you enter. But okay, I'm not gonna go into the details here. Let's see what the result is. Solve me first, AB. So solve me first is right here. Hint, type the return AB to below. Well, actually, they give you the solution. So the hint is the solution. What you can do is declare some var sum equals a plus b. Do I have to? Yeah, I do have to use these. Okay, and then you can return. Whoa, return sum, and here there's your solution, and this will work. If you run the code, it will work. But you could also done the return a plus b. So yeah, are you a student or a professional? What do I want to pick? I want to pick student because I want to show you that learning isn't that hard. But I also want to pick professional because this is going to be, I mean, this just going to be too much of the simple things. But hey, let's pick student. Oh, forget it. Oh man, come on. What do I want to pick? I don't know. Okay, let's pick professional. Continue practice. Let's practice the entry stuff. Compare the triplets. So let's do this again if we can. Or what is this simple error? Wait, I didn't do this. Simple array sum. Let's solve the challenge. The email address you signed up has not been verified. I was trying to verify it. Just a sec, let me do that. There you go. Now, you have no submissions. Leaderboard is from Canada. Canada? Yeah. Huh. America. Okay, but all of these people are rank 1. But okay. Simple array sum. Problem is, given an array of integers, find the sum of its elements. For example, for the array 1, 2, 3, return 6. So complete the simple array function in the editor below. It must return the sum of the array elements as an integer. Okay, the first line contains an integer n denoting the size of the array. The second line contains n space separated integers representing the array's element. Constraints, it's just telling you how big the array is gonna be. Print the sum of the array's element as a single integer. Sample input 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11. Oh, 6 is the size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So sample output is this. Yeah, that's fine. But oh, you can scroll down and complete this simple array function. Okay. So you're getting. Let's see what you're getting forwarded to the function. Simple array sum gets the const. Okay, so they're reading the line and splitting it based on every space that you do, and they're mapping it to an integer array. That's going to be going to be it. Okay. Okay. So what we want to do here is get a for loop going to sum all the what's it called, elements of the array. A for loop is a crucial concept that you need to learn as a programmer or as a future programmer or as a software engineer. You really need to understand the for loop, or generally iterating over the elements. So where would I start here? I don't know. Let's it would be better as I think about this, it would be better to have this code in VS Code or something running on your computer in probably Node to show you and to output all the elements, because here I don't have much that I can output or that I can show you how, well, oh man, how the solution looks in stages. Here I only write out the end solution, but that's not really fun. So you need to think this through. Either I'm gonna show you in some other language. What's PHP looking like? Yeah. Let's go back to Node. Oh, you have Java 8, man. Wow. Okay. So how would you go without knowing any anything that I mentioned? How do you go about solving this problem? That's the question that I want to try to answer. But let me think. So I think it's too big of a jump to go to for loops as the first lesson, probably, without knowing anything about programming. But then again, if somebody is Googling this, they probably, HackerRank, they probably know something about programming. Okay, so if I just write out the answers, is it gonna be good enough? Not really sure. So the way you can do let's just write the let me see. So is the function supposed to return it or print the sum of the array, a single output format? It's gonna print it. So read line, complete the simple, write your code here, and then yeah, it's gonna return it. So here we have something that we're gonna call R, then yeah, you can get the for each function within this. Yeah, should be fine. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna get a var sum equals 0, and then for each of the, what they're called, for each element, you're gonna get, oh come on, my typing skills horrible. Change the keyboard. So what we're gonna do is just gonna say sum plus equals, oh come on, what is wrong with this? Come on, here we go. Plus equals the element, this element. Then we're gonna return the sum itself. Basically it's the same premise as the previous thing, but since we're summing multiple elements, we want to start with 0, and since this is gonna be called just one time, we're gonna return the result like that. Now we're gonna run the code. Let's see if this is okay with it. And yeah, it is. But yeah, not much I can the pitfall of doing this is not much that I can explain in detail. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to print out the element. I wanted to print out the array right here. But I guess I can do that with this. Since let's see if we can turn this into a playground of sorts. Let's just write or, and let's say within our function the array is plus r. Okay, now before calling our function, the array is again r. So let's run code. Let's see the results. Okay. Okay. So let's just comment this out. Oops. Click save. Before calling our function, the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, and 1000. 1131. Nah, this is not good. Forget it. I need to like get Visual Studio Code or VS Code, and then show you within it every one of these tasks. But as this is like easy tasks, but these are the tasks that you're supposed to learn the most from. So I'm torn between what to do. Should I just sit here and code, or should I go ahead and explain like a bit better? Alice and Bob created one problem for HackerRank. Oh wow! Our reviewer rates the two challenges, awarding points on a scale from 1 to 100 for 3 categories: problem clarity, originality, and difficulty. The rate, oh come on! The ratings for Alice challenges a triplet, so A1, 0, A1, A2, and the rating for Bob's challenge is a triplet B0, B1, B2. Basically, a triplet is like one variable that has 3 elements. If you're familiar in like thinking about things in forms of classes and their kind of hierarchy, this is kind of like a class with 3 attributes, sort of. If you're familiar more with the C and C++ way of just making your own data structures, using, what's it called? It's gonna make me look stupid, but what's the thing called where you... I haven't used it in a while. Oh, I can't remember. Struct, yeah. There's no name for it. It's just structure, yeah. Okay, so if you're more comfortable about thinking about this as just your own structure, it's, I think, more correct to think of it as your own structure. So there's a structure where your one attribute contains 3 attributes within it, or you can look at this as 2 arrays. One called A that has 3 elements, and one called B that has 3 elements. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, the task is to find their comparison points by comparing A0 with B0, A1 with B1, A2 with B2. If A, and now the meat of it. If Alice gave a better score, then Alice is awarded O. If Alice actually completed it with a better score, Alice is awarded 1 point. If Alice is worse, Bob is awarded 1 point. Oh, and if they're equal, nobody receives a point. So, judging on this, the game or the voting, the point awarding could end in 2 ways. Bob winning, Alice winning, or being a tie, or neither of them getting any points. But that's also kind of a tie. So given A and B determine their respective comparison points. So we're dealing with arrays here. And for elements 0, Bob is awarded a point because A0. Oh, in the example. For the 1, no points are awarded. And then finally for elements A2 and B2, so Alice receives a point. Now, if you're thinking about solving all of this, like if you're thinking about how to solve this so I compare all 3 points at the same time, I mean, that's one way to look at it. And if you're doing this for the first time, it's probably the way you're going to look at it. But when you're comparing multiple things, you want to make your function as abstract as it can be. So you don't want to limit it to only compare 3 things, but you want to limit it to... Actually, you don't want to limit your function so that if this changes sometimes and there are now 5 criteriums instead of 3, you just don't want to... you don't want that to... ruin your function, I guess. So if the number of criterion grows or shrinks, you don't want your function that's awarding points and deciding between them to change, I guess. Okay. Sample input, sample output. Oh, what? Oh, this is the final score, I guess. Okay. How do you want the output? Just whose score goes first, that's what I'm wondering, because it's 1-1 here. Okay, here we have it. The B wins, then Alice wins too, so Alice is first. A then B. Okay. And they explain it very well. I like this. They explain how the first line and the second line is made out of 3 space separated integers, and then you can go into the code, and if you look for map within this code, oops, map, yes, please. you're gonna see that here where you have map, you're gonna have the recognition of those integers on those lines, and also you're reading the line, you're replacing some of the signs, characters, I guess. You're splitting the line based on the space and or empty character. You can alter this, but then your code won't work. But those are the things that, oh man, I'm yawning so much. Those are the things that I guess this is not interesting to me. Those are the things that you can and that I could show you in VS Code. So I'm definitely gonna do next tutorial in VS Code. It's just that I don't feel like doing it right now. I just want to do some tasks and do the stream, you know. So if we return back, cancel the search, we're gonna see what's our result. Constant is gonna compare triplets, and it's gonna be giving us both of the arrays. Let's call them like that. Now, what I want to show you is another way to interact with an array. Well, you probably saw this, but it's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a of 0, and I'm going to get a 1, and then b of 0, and we're just going to run the code. And they're gonna be probably, oh, I wrote, oh man. Also, let's do new lines, so our elements are 1. I don't know what I copied. Okay. This should work. How? Oh. We don't want this yet. Okay, so you see that we got the elements that we said. A0, A1, and then B0. So 0th, first, and second element. Now, since we can access elements like this, we can also use a more standard way of writing the for loop. And that kind of way of writing the for loop is, well, for me, the normal kind of way. For loop in C++ or C is like that. And what I wanted to do is yeah, you can basically write it the same as in C++. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna declare a for loop that's gonna go from some I that is equal 0, and now the thing that we want to do for this I is we want to declare it within the for loop because we're not going to use it anywhere else. And then we're going to say what's the max value that it can go. So the max value that it can go is just a sec, min function JS. Yeah, min function. Let's say that they're gonna include that the arrays are both the same length. Let's not try to debug for that. If they don't, then we're gonna do it. So I'm presuming that both of the arrays are gonna be of the same length, because if they're not, it's gonna cause us a problem where we're gonna try to access, let's say one array has 5 elements, the other has 6, and we're trying to access the 6th position in the array, but the first array doesn't have it, so that's gonna throw an exception. That's really a common one. It's called index out of bound in most languages. So yeah, but we're not gonna optimize for it before encountering the issue, because these are somewhat of I guess tests that you presume are going to be filled with and tried out with good data. Because if we get that kind of data, one array being 5 elements and the other being 4, or whatever the numbers are, it just like if the numbers if the lengths of array don't match, that should be the data shouldn't even get to our point of code, because this problem is defined in that way. So for BART, I0, I is always less than length of A, and I is going to be increasing, so plus plus. We're going to do the next thing. We're going to do the A of, we're going to basically do an if A of, and now we need one more thing, result join compare the triplets, and now we result join based on this. I forgot what our results should look like. Sorry. Result output 1 and 1. Okay. So it should return an array of itself. So we need to define an array. Var result array. And we're just gonna initialize it with zeros. I think that's safe to presume if we have the result array remain 0 0, nothing changed there. They've been tied for the whole time. They can't go into negative amounts, so yeah, that seems fine. If A wins, we're going to increment this. If B wins, we're going to increment this one. So if A of I is greater than B of I, then we're going to have a win. So we're going to say result array should be of 0 should increase. If not, we're going to have well, basically an else if, but sometimes we want to write ifs, sometimes we want to write else ifs. Some people don't want to write else ifs no matter what. So, but to each their own, I guess. We're just going to change the sign, and we're going to copy this, paste it, change it to 1, and then we don't even have to consider the case where they're tied, because it doesn't affect this. So there's no sense in checking for it. We're just going to return the result array, and then we're done. So what we do here is, well, I guess it's obvious, but we have triplets coming in. So we have 2 arrays coming in. We're getting the result array because it seems that here we want to join the elements of our results with 1 space in between them. And then we go into the new line. So yeah, we get the triplets, the arrays, Okay, we have something wrong. Length of A. I probably messed that up. It's A dot length, most likely. Where is it? A dot length. Right? Is it like this? I don't know. Beats me. Yep. Okay. Submit code. Now, as it's compiling, I'm going to try and explain it one more time. So, we have two arrays. And they have this 4 serves as a pointer to the same exact spot in both of the arrays, and we go like this. We move one by one the elements with the same pointer, and that pointer is I, and we use it to access elements of A and also B. And we're only considering two options when we're going to change the results. When one or the second one is bigger than the other. If they're both the same, we don't even need to consider that case, since the result of that case would be nothing, just continue. And if you have the one thing that is very useful in programming, if you almost in every case that you have continue, it's in some shape or form useless. But yeah, that's one thing to consider. If you ever have continue or just skipping something after an if, you're most likely having just superfluous code. So once we have that, we check what kind of case is it, and if it's one of the two cases that alter our result array, we alter it with incrementing the right element of our array. So if the first, or Alice, is better, we increment the 0th element, and if the B or Bob is better, which is our second case, the second element is better, so we increment it here. I don't know, most beginners have problems with just thinking about array elements that go from 0th position. So some languages have it implemented that you can write 1 instead of 0, but for me the 0 makes sense, and I just have grown to know and to think like that. But let's get to the next challenge. So in this challenge, you're required to calculate and print the sum of the elements in an array, keeping in mind that some of those integers may be quite large. Complete a very big sum function in the editor below, and must return the sum of all array elements. A very big sum has the following parameters: int array of n elements, an array of integers, that has n elements. You're going to be returning a long, that's type of the data, the sum of all array elements. The first line, an input, is an integer. The next line contains n-space separated integers contained in the array. Output format, return the integer sum. So if you're this one is interesting for me, because you're basically just calculating again the sum of an array. So we can do it with a for each, we can do it with a for loop, either way. I like for loops, so I'm gonna do it like that. Okay, now what else can I do? Yeah, nothing. I wanted to explain actually that within other languages, you're gonna have to declare the long type of data. But I don't think the same holds for JS, as long as I know, as much as I know. So you're just gonna here have the sum that you're calculating. So just gonna be a var sum. I don't think we're gonna have to write long before it. And then we're gonna add the element to the sum. I'm just having so many issues with this keyboard, well, writing on it. And then we're gonna take each element and sum it up. So R of I. And yeah, we have no conditions, we just return the sum at the end. Also, I don't like using too much shortcuts in my code because readability of the code is fine like this. And if my code ends up somewhere in front of a guy that's just starting, I don't want to use anything that's going to confuse him. So yeah, I think we're done here. But let's just switch to C++ for a moment. And oh my god, what is this? Yeah, you see, they had to say that the function is gonna return a long, and it is a vector, which is basically a dynamic array. It's a dynamic array of long elements, and it has to return long. So if you put, I don't know, int here and try to calculate it, let's just see where the function call is. All right, let's put an int here. Let's let this remain long. If we just try to run the code, is it gonna alert us? Yeah, no return statement. So it's not gonna alert us until the very end. Let's try to do it in C. So for unsigned d of 0 is less than, how do you, is it R of size, if I remember? You can always Google these things up, but I think it's like this. So we're just looking at R, sum. So it's basically the same code. Plus equals the R of I. And then we just turn sum. So now we're turning the sum, but we're catching the sum in the result. And that's where the problem happens. Your output isn't the same as this output. It's missing a number. So basically, JS is easier than C++, but everyone knew that. So in C++ and languages like that, you have to take care of much more things. But also, it gives you a bit more freedom to do whatever you want and however you want. So yeah. I'm just gonna run this code since this is JS, and we're sticking with JS, I guess, for now. You have earned your first star. Wow, a very big sum. Okay, interview preparation kit. What do I have to continue on here? Oh, there are so many challenges here. Whew. Damn. Okay, given a square matrix, calculate the absolute difference between the sums of its diagonals. For example, the square matrix is shown below. Okay, left to right diagonal is 159. Yeah. Is 359. Yeah. The absolute difference is 15 minus 7. Oh, okay. Okay. I have to Google this. So JS absolute value, ABS, yeah, just as you expect. So how do you go about doing diagonals? So this is, you have to think about it using indexes. So index of the 1 here is 0, 0. Index of the 2 here is 0, 1, then 0, 0, 2. Then you have 0, 1. Sorry. Yeah, 0, 1. I'm actually right. 1, 1, and then wait, no. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. So if you write this out on a piece of paper, which I found to be very useful, and to draw problems when you can't really solve them, what you'll find that all the diagonal elements have the same indexes for both I and j. So here we have 0, 0, then 1, 1, and then 2, 2. However, the other side has indexes of 0, 0th line, and then 2. So it has 0 at the beginning, but maximum value here. And then the last one of the, well, right to left diagonal has the index of maximum first element, so it's the third row, actually the second one, since this is a 0th. So 2, 0. So those elements, like, it's like max min, then the same 1, 1, and then min max of your array. It would be easier to explain how these rules also work when you have a bigger matrix, I don't know, matrix, I think. Anywho, you would see that the rule is, if you have this element where you have min max, when you go next to the next diagonal element, you're basically subtracting from your max value and adding to your min value. Since here it's 0, 2, you're gonna 0 plus 1 is 1, and 2 minus 1 is 1, so you're gonna, the next index is gonna be 1, 1. So from this element you can go ahead and just jump down one element at a time from the other diagonal. So here we're gonna have two separate for loops, which means we're still keeping things linear if you're about that time complexity. And yeah, we're gonna have one for loop that goes for this diagonal, one for loop that goes for this diagonal, and then we're gonna make it so that our total difference between them is an absolute sum or subtraction. Let's go ahead and do this. So first of all, our array is, just a sec. Okay, so it's kind of, oh, and one more thing. Since we're working here with an array that has 2 dimensions, when you're accessing an array that has 2 dimensions, you're using 2 dimensions. So let's see. We don't have results. We don't even want results yet. But let me see array. Just want R 0 1. Not actually like that. Like that. And we're gonna plus. We're gonna set a plus sign here and run the code just to see if we are accessing the elements right. Your output is 2. So the input is, it's a 3 by 3, and our element that we're trying to get is 0 1 index. So 0th line, first index. If we want to get the middle element, we're going to put 1 1. And there we have it. Also, if we want the last element, we're going to put 2 2. So how I like to think about the accessing a multi-dimensional array is like, let me just see if my mouse is enabled on my display capture. Just a sec. Yeah, I'm gonna capture the mouse. Okay, so it's just like this here is your multi-dimensional array, and it's just like aligning your crosshair. You're like aligning it to the coordinates that are right. So you can align it here, 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 here. But all of those placements of your crosshair have a certain coordinate to them. The same way our computer like figures out where the mouse is, it's basically drawing vertical and horizontal lines where the mouse is to say, okay, we're right here at this coordinate. Another way that I can show you this is using a program called Photoshop. Now, if we go ahead into the view and then show the rulers, maybe if we create a new file, you see how the ruler tracks your you can see it here. Maybe I need to zoom in on this. Could I? I could probably do that. Let me just make different. Okay. Okay, I did an oopsie. Okay, this is the one that I want. Oh, nope. Oh, come on. There we go. Oof, that's nice. Okay, so you see how this tracks where your crosshair is? I'm guessing it's better if I show you here. Okay. This tracking of your crosshair, so here we have indexes 1 1. Here we have indexes 0 0. That's basically how you go ahead and do this. 0 1 1 1. It's a pretty nice way to visualize how you're moving through a multi-dimensional array, I guess. Now, if only I could. Okay. This. Great. So if we give ourselves some space here, oops, actually that defeats the purpose. So 0 0 is this line, and we're staying within 0. First element, second element, so on. But also, if we go like we can stay on the first element, but go one floor deeper, and then we get to the index 1.1. So I think this is a useful concept because not everybody has used Photoshop or played games to figure out the crosshair thingy. So I think it's a good way to look at it and think about it. And that's how I think about accessing multi-dimensional arrays. And that's why I'm doing this stream. Maybe something of this knowledge is useful to somebody. But hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just remove this because we don't need it anymore and get back to the full screen. Ooh, where are you going, boy? I think this is how it looked. Anywho, Photoshop no more. We have the wrong answer. Yeah, we know. We didn't even try, man. Now we're gonna uncomment the code and let's get ahead. Let's get ahead and do this. So var, we're gonna declare left diagonal equals 0, right diagonal equals 0. You can declare it on 2 lines. It's not a biggie. I just prefer reading my code. I mean, for the sake of readability, I did it like this because left and right are kind of, how do I say, connected, or oh my god. Okay, I need to learn how to type on this keyboard first, and then we can continue because this is like driving me insane. Okay, where is equals on this? My keyboard lettering that is on the keyboard doesn't really match the thing that I'm trying to write, so I have to learn where the things are. So here we have equals because my layout is stupid. But that's the layout that I know how to type in, and it's not the layout that I can buy, so for quality keyboards. So I have to do it like this. Okay, then for the plus we can go here or okay, this is the question mark, this is the times, where's the division? Right here. That's fine. Okay, I think I know where where the things are. Then we're gonna go E as well, let me just see one more thing actually. Can we go back in this editor? Yeah, we can. Let's go all the way back. I'm not sure. For one thing. Oh, come on. Let's experiment. Let's see JavaScript. Where is your thingamajig or that link? Our code. Okay, this returns a number. Good enough for me. Just wanted to check. Or does it? No. I don't know if we're gonna get, but anywho, let's try. Don't have nothing to lose. For var I equals 0, I less than array of length, and then I plus plus. Also, there's a thing where we set how many integers we're going to have, and that's how we declared our array. But then for each of the elements, I mean for each of the rows, we filled out the so the thing with multi-dimensional arrays is you need to fill them also with a for loop going index 0, 0 is this, index 0, 1 is this, and that's what's happening here. So I'm just trying to see, I'm probably gonna get the length of the array like that, but let's not overcomplicate things and just assume that we're gonna do it right and that the array length is just gonna work. So what then we want to do is we want to say left diagonal plus equals to the rule that we deduced, which is that the array is going to have both of its indexes set to I. And yeah, that's about it for the left diagonal. Now, as far as the right diagonal is concerned, we're gonna actually start with var I equals the array length so what I'm gonna do is a pro gamer move here. So let's say our row is gonna be 0, and then wait for it, our column. I hope that's how you spell it. It's gonna be our length. Okay, now that should be 3, so -1. And now what we're gonna do is set the row to be less than our length as the ending condition, and then say our row should increase. Yeah. Now we're going to do the same thing as we did here. Okay, I made a mistake here. Just like that. And then, actually, this is the way. Left, right, diagonal. Left to right, right, left. Okay. Okay, right, left diagonal, array of I, then column. I want to make it more readable. That's just it. So, and also we're gonna have our column go minus at each end of our function. And now we need to calculate the difference, which is going to be ADS of left, right. diagonal minus right left diagonal, and we're gonna return that. We're not gonna make a sum and then return the sum. We're just gonna return it as is. And we have a runtime error. And it says what? ABS is not defined. Okay. So then you see what ABS not defined JS. Okay, now we find it and where we used it and say math.abs. Bam! So good. Oh man, I missed the comment. I'm so sorry. So what do I need to do not to miss comments anymore? Pop out chat, and then we're gonna put the pop out chat right on screen, man. There we go. Like that. Let's actually, I need to put it right here. Okay, like that. I'm so sad that I missed the comment. Okay, what I'm gonna do from now on is I'm just gonna go through. Oh, I already submitted it, right? Why did I do it again? Doesn't matter. So what I'm gonna do from now on is I'm just gonna go like through the challenges, read them out, and if there are any questions, I'm gonna expect them in the chat. Yeah. So big brain time. Given an array of integers, calculate the ratio of its elements that are positive, negative, and 0. Print the decimal value of each fraction on a new line with 6 places after the decimal. Note, this challenge introduces precision problems. The test cases are scaled to 6 decimal places, though answers with absolute error up to 10⁻⁴ are acceptable. Okay. Again, the thing with JavaScript, you're not even gonna need to do anything about the decimal places. I don't think you are, but let's see. So there are 5 elements. 2 are positive, 2 negative, and 1 is 0. Their ratios are 2/5, 2/5, and 1/5. So positive, negative, and neutral, I guess. And that's how we're gonna write them out. So we're gonna need to calculate out these what are they called? Ratios. We're gonna need to calculate out these ratios and then deliver them. But before we do that, I'm gonna make a quick break because I have some urgent things to get to, like plugging in my phone and not making it go to sleep. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the be right back thingy. Yep, skonto. Hvala, idem. I'll be right back, and I'm gonna see you in a jiffy. Let me just give you another Stream Beats playlist that you can listen to. Let's put the volume up. Enjoy. Time flies by when you're having fun, man. Love it. Okay. Let's get the music a bit down. Let's get the thingy where. Also, I joined Discord. I forgot to do that earlier. I'm just gonna do this problem, and I realize I haven't been productive too much, but hey, you know, that's okay. Let's just do this problem, and when we do it, let's do something else. I don't know. I might go out a bit. It's a Sunday, after all. So yeah. So let's see. We're calling the we're just calling the plus minus array function. Okay. And we don't have any output, or this should be the output. Okay, how do you output? Let me see, just a second. So we're going to use the VS, right? Now let me just see. VS is the output path, and we're going to use write result. So I'm going to use this from the previous task that we did. So I don't, is VS included here? I don't think so. But okay, that's fine. This is C++. What the hell? Node. VS, you there? Nope. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna include the VS in our function because why not? Maybe we don't get a perfect function, and maybe this should be more functions, but hey, it's no biggie, right? So what we want to do is go into a for loop that will iterate over our elements. Now, just because we can, I'm thinking about, let me just close these tabs. I can't see the chat again. Just a sec. Oops. Music gone. Wait. Oh. Damn it. Is this it? Yep. Thank you, Harris Helwer. You're amazing. Please continue to do what you do best. Okay, so what we can do here is so what we can do is get the array and then do the for each function and then write our own function within it. Or we can do just a small function that will get that element. There are so many ways to do this. Oh my god. But okay. We're gonna get every element as element. Then for every element, we're gonna check the next thing. Okay, we're gonna do if or size equals array length equals or so for each element if our element is bigger than 0, then we're going to have and also negative neg counter pos equals 0 pos counter equals 0 0 counter equals 0. Okay, so if element is bigger than 0, then pos counter plus plus. Else if element is smaller than 0, then neg counter plus plus. Okay, I need to write better code. Else we're gonna have our 0 counter go plus plus. Oh, what did I do? These aren't the right brackets. I mean, you don't need brackets at all, but and there we have it. We counted each. Now, what we want to present positive is var results equals. Oh my god. This is going to be a bit complex, maybe? Yes, no, I don't know. Var results is going to equal, let's see, it's going to equal positive counter over array length. Then we're going to have the negative counter over array length. Then we're going to have the 0 counter over array length. It should be good. Run code. And we have to, yeah, we do. Okay, we have to output it somehow. So that's what we're going to use vs write. And I'm not good with these outputs, but we're going to figure it out. vs write the results. Expected output should be each and just a second. So this is this. Just gonna do a quick back and back. So here in this part, we have JavaScript, and it's going to join results with a new line, and that's what we want in this one. So being a programmer is all about knowing how to copy paste, as you know from the internet. So if I didn't know how to copy paste, everything I did would be for nothing. So yeah, here we go. Now we have a void function that does everything and outputs it. Hopefully good. No. Okay. Then we're gonna return. Damn it. So this, these two lines are gonna go back, and then we're gonna return results. Okay, plus minus is gonna var results equals. How did... Yeah. Okay. Oh, this music is weird. Next, please. Oh my god, I can't really output. What? How am I this bad? Can't output. I don't know how to output. Console log? That's what I know to be of output value. Not really, but I'm not sure how to output in these circumstances. So let's see what we have. So process, resume, set encoding, input string, current line, process. Function read line. Okay. Create write stream, process and output path. Oh wait. Also, we need to end it. FS is not defined. Where's FS? Dude. Oh, here. Let's see FS. Well, okay. look at the code. That's my problem. Result is not defined because we want results. And then oh my god, it took so much time. Okay, so VS, let me just get a place to just remember these things. This is for my input out. Actually, this is for my output only. And FS is something very useful. So let's not forget it. There we go. Submit code. Oh, damn it. I unlocked something for points at Czech. Okay, the staircase is an easy one, and it's all about counting everything on paper. Let's do this in Paint. Let me show you what I mean. So, the staircase challenge builds a staircase from the bottom up. Actually, it presents as it has been built bottom up. And the proper way to build stairs is bottom up. But the programming language doesn't care what's the proper way. It's going to build it from top to down, because that's how enter and writing lines works. So here you're going to have one space, here you're going to have two spaces, and here you're going to have three spaces. And now you do some math. This is line number, this is line number 1, or maybe line number 0, depending. Number 2, number 3, number 4. If we want to do the 0, 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to separate these and say these are line numbers. Oops. So now that we have these are line numbers, and now we're going to do some math. In the first or the 0th line, how are we going to do this? Okay, we're going to say that in the first line, I need orange. So this is our formula below. The first line has equals to 3 blank spaces. The second line equals to 2 blank spaces. The third line equals to 1 blank space, and the fourth line equals to 0 blank spaces. So 0, 1, 2. And you can't even see this. Okay, just a sec. Now we had an input of 4. Our in is equal to 4. So this 4 minus this 4 equals 0. This 4 minus this 3 equals 1. This 4 minus this 2 equals 2. And this 4 minus this 3 equals 1. And there we have our formula how to get the number of spaces. Because the number of spaces here is more important than the number of these, because they come later. You're going to have 4 elements in each row. So how you fill out the starting elements is going to be of importance. After that, everything is easy. And now I messed up my display capture. Ah, great job. Okay, new display capture. Add source. Yes. There we go. There we go. Ow. Now that we got that out of the way, that's the formula. Let's implement it. So the only thing that we're gonna get is the height, and our height is gonna determine the size of our matrix. So let's think about this. For every height, let's return to this just for a moment. For every height, we're going to have the total number of elements being 4. And then for the first row, we're going to have this number, the input number, minus 1 number of spaces. So our loop should be made like that it draws all the lines. So we're going to have a nested loop. The main loop is going to run n times, for as many lines as it needs, while the inside loop is going to run let's see how many times. It's going to run 4 times for each element, but how will it recognize? Oh yeah, we have a formula to recognize which character it should input at any given point. So yeah, if we have so 4 minus. Okay, let's get this into code. I haven't done this problem in a while. The staircase is the first step of this problem. The next one is double staircase, then quadruple staircase, I guess. And then quadruple staircase but hollowed out. So I've done all of those sometime, but let's try and go ahead and do them again. So we have a 4 that is gonna go from 0 to the length of n. Well, actually to n. And then we're gonna have I incrementing. Now within this loop, we can try and figure out how to do it in one loop, but let's do it in two loops. And then we're gonna have j is gonna start from 0 also. Why not? And j is gonna be also less than n. And j is going to also go incrementing. So we have now nested for loops that will actually go through each element. Now, how do you figure out which element to put based on the formula? So if our n, we have to figure out some kind of formula from this. Now, the formula that I see here, let's also write indexes in blue. So, zero, oof, this is too thick. I need something that's really thin. Okay, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, then 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, then 3, 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, and 3, 3. Now, maybe you can see it, maybe not, but we have a diagonal that's actually the last step of this stair also. So those are all the things that we have to consider and have to realize what our solution is. So what we can do is we can fill out the diagonal of our matrix, and then fill out the upper and bottom half accordingly, or we can figure out that for the first line, our I is going to be 0, and our j is going to be 0 in the first element. So okay, I figured one rule that we can use. So based on this, the sum of our elements is never going to be bigger than 2 if we add a plus sign between each index. It's never going to be bigger than 2 where the blank spaces go. And that's what we're going to implement in the code. So if I plus j is less or equal to 2, then array of I, then j, is going to be equal to a blank space. Else, array of I and J is going to be equal to a hashtag. And that's it. We're going to have a matrix that does, like, we're going to have a matrix that's filled out the way it's supposed to be filled out. If we run the code, we're going to get that. We're not inputted, outputted anywhere, so yeah. But this is what we're gonna do. So now we're gonna include the fs. We're gonna include it in our function. And then we're gonna write the array of I, and we're going to join them with nothing. And at the end, we're going to add a new line. And we're going to do that in a for loop that outputs are it's going to be n lines, right? Yeah. And then we're going to put the vsend here. Let's see if this is possible. Oh, damn it. I need a new array to put this in. That's what so new var array equals to just var array or var. Okay, we forgot to make the array. Right. Does this work? How do you make JS? How to define empty multidimensional array. I was close. I was close. Well, that doesn't work. And this works. What in the actual? Okay, whatever. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, doop. I didn't put any semicolons, but hey. Oh, I haven't defined the size. Okay. But this should input the size, like, this should be fine. This should work. Cannot set property of 0 of undefined. I mean, I don't think it's undefined. And this is defined. So I don't know, but okay. One more thing that we can do is we can combine the VS write with this, so we don't even use an array, because I can't figure this out why it doesn't want to work. So we're just gonna write instead of doing something and attaching an element, we're just gonna write an empty space, or we're just gonna write a hashtag. And also, we're gonna have an if that if I, actually not in this loop, but for this loop, when I is about to finish, we're just gonna write an empty. I mean, we're just gonna cross to the next line. So this will work, but that's a different way it will work, but it's fine. Oh, this is, oh my god, this is n over 2. Actually, this won't work for some cases, so we need to do it a bit different. Wow. Okay, so the max here is gonna be the length, right? So I plus j must be just less than the length, okay? Less than the n. That's basically it. I plus j vs right this, else vs right. Oh, shit. Okay, there we go. That was the mistake, actually. Did I hard code something for it to be 4? One, two, three, four. I guess n minus 1. Because here it was n minus 1, right? It was... No, it was actually n minus 2. Okay. My formula was off by a bit, but it's fine. Submit. $10 points. Yay! Given 5 positive integers, find the minimum and the maximum values that can be calculated by summing exactly 4 of the 5 integers. Then print the respective minimum and maximum values as a single line of 2 spaces separated long integers. So, how do you find the minimum and maximum sum? You find the minimum sum by eliminating the maximum element, and you find the maximum sum by eliminating the minimum element. So what you're actually doing is finding the minimum and the maximum element and then eliminating them so that you can sum the rest. When you have combinations in place and you have 5 elements, but you can use 4, right? There's a combination where you exclude each element. So there's, in this example, there's a combination of 3579, 1579, 1379, 1359, and then is there any other combination? 9, 7, 3, 1, 1, 3, 7, 9. Yeah, that's about all the combinations, but it gets more complex if you have more elements, I guess. And as you can see here, the minimum sum excludes the maximum element, maximum sum excludes the minimum element. So I don't want to calculate all the sums. I just want to, if I can, exclude the min and max elements from the array, then return those, because that's always going to be the right answer. So what we're going to do is going to do math.max of array and math.min of the array. We're going to save those into variables. So this is going to be var max. It's going to be equal to that. And then var min is going to be equal to that. Now we're going to go ahead and say min sum array is going to be array dot filter for element not equal max. Max, is that right? I think that's right. We'll see. And now we're gonna go max sum of array. It's gonna be var filter element not equal to the minimum. And now we're gonna go, since both of these arrays have the same elements, we're gonna same number of elements. We're gonna make a for loop that sums up both the arrays. We're gonna make a for, which goes from var I equals 0, I plus, and oops, I less than let's say max sum array, and then I plus. Now we're going to create a missing var here, and a missing var here. Now we're going to create var sums, which is going to have 0, 0. I think we need to return like, yeah, sample output this. So min then max, right? Yep. Okay, min then max, min then max, min then max. Let's put min here since it's min then max. And now we're gonna have sums of 0. We're gonna be equal plus equal to min sum array of I, while our sums of 1 will be plus equal to max sum array of I. And then we're going to return the sums. Actually, we don't have to even return. We can go ahead and get our code for output that we copied off of other tasks that already had the output done. We're going to include the WS, and instead of returning this, we're going to make it kind of a void function. We're going to return sums and join them with a space. Also, empty line at the end, and via send. Run code, everything is perfect. Come on! Element is not defined. Yeah, how do you do this? I forgot. How do you create, like, custom filters? Filter in JS. Okay. I don't get it. Oh, wait. I do get it. It's me. It's me. I made a mistake. Wrong answer. Okay. So if I let me just see if I'm gonna get anything in the console or within the output. Okay, forget about that. Let me try to write this. Input is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't do a good job then. Min. There's no need for join. Not defined. Okay. This is where the problem is. Seems that minimum and maximum and math max and math min does not work for me right now. So let me see what we did wrong. Math max of array. that was good. Oh, come on. What sums? Oh, sums, my sums. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We have the right arrays. We're gonna have 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then our output is 0, 0. Why? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Oh, sums 0, 0. Those are initialized. And when sums, it's like I swear. This min sum is defined here. It has scope that's bigger than this for loop. If it's changed within the for loop, it should work, and it should be passed by a reference into this for loop, and then we should have the elements summed up in it, but we don't. And I'm baffled why. I have no idea. It's just wrong answer. So Money. Var array equals to, I'm just baffled. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eval array. Okay, I found a way. Found the way. I think I did. So just forget all of this because it won't work, even though it should. But whatever. Just gonna max on array dot reduce, then reducer, and put it for min, and then max. Reducer is not defined. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. That's stupid. Oh, what? Oh, there's probably more of these. Or areas of the same numbers. Was it just easiest to do like every sum and then okay. I'm just gonna end it here. Yeah. For some reason it didn't work, but then I'm sure that this method of eliminating the max and the min element works somehow. Just didn't get to do it, sadly. I would do it and I would finish it. I think I'm like 3 minutes off from finishing it, but I have to go and do something else. So I'll see you next time. Hopefully doing a bit more complicated tasks and being successful at them. Okay, that's it.